Hey there, nerds. Jimmy Palmquist here, doing a little drive time chat, and I wanted to offer up a monthly recommendation for Netflix. Now, I'm a huge fan of early Eddie Murphy stuff. I think his more recent stuff, the kid stuff, is great. But right now on Netflix is the Beverly Hills Cop Trilogy. I hate to reference it that way, but there are 3 films. They're all Beverly Hills Cop, and they all star Eddie Murphy. So that's why I call it that. To be honest, the first 2 are just phenomenal. The first one is just great. Young Eddie Murphy being funny, conning people, and it's one of those ones where you can't think, oh, you can't outdo that. That's great. The second one steps it up even better, I think, and has a little tighter storyline, which is still an Eddie Murphy flick, so come on, you know, how much can you get? But it's hilarious. I love it. And then the third one just drops off, although I'll be fair, it's not as bad as I remember it when I first saw it because of the expectations, so it's not bad. But you just see the adventures of Axel Foley. What a great character. A Detroit cop who, in the first movie, his buddy is killed and the evidence points back to Beverly Hills. So you have this young cop from Detroit, inner city, heading out to Beverly Hills, California. And clearly it's a fish out of water story. It is perfect. He meets up with Judge Reinhold and John Astin, who he's got to be partners with, basically, and they don't get along very well at first. In fact, one of the first times they meet, Taggart, played by Ashton, punches him in the stomach. And it's pretty funny because then Bogomil, who eventually becomes good friends with, Lieutenant Bogomil, comes out and is like, do you want to report this assault? And he's like, no, where I'm from, we don't rat out on cops. And you just see how they do things in Detroit versus how they do things, you know, back out in Beverly Hills. So it's a great story. Obviously, he tracks down the killer of his friend. A lot of comedy, action comedy. It's perfect, great. You just see a lot of cameos that are just so funny. The second one, once again, just steps it up. This time it's Bogomil, who gets shot and is in intensive care, and they think he's going to die. Foley obviously wants to go out and see what happened. We have Brigitte Nielsen starring, 6-foot blonde chick, which is just funny, humor. Just a lot of great actors. Some comedians show up. In the first one, you've got Damon Wayans, who is just working at a buffet, and Foley wants some bananas, and he just takes something that's 2 seconds and he makes it funny. In the next one, you have Chris Rock kind of doing the same thing, and it's just funny to see these guys before they really hit it. The third one, once again, Foley returns to Beverly Hills. This time Taggart's not in the picture. We just have Judge Reinhold, who's running some system where everything's on a grid. And again, it's not as good. It's not as bad as I remember it. There is a cameo by George Lucas, which I'm always fascinated by. I'm like, why was he in this film? Whatever. But it's entertaining. My main problem with Beverly Hills Cop 3 is in the first 2 movies, Eddie Murphy does crazy things, walks into a room, makes declarations, and people just believe him. Case in point, in the second one, he walks into a house and basically is like, whoa, building inspector, you're doing it all wrong. Take the day off, I'll fix this. So he basically lives in a mansion during his time in Beverly Hills. In the third one, we don't see so much of that. It lessens it. It's almost like it's more serious, or maybe the jokes didn't hit the way they were supposed to. Some of them are even way off the top. But it's still an okay movie. You know, I'd give it, I don't know, 2 out of 5 nerd skulls. I was rating it by itself. It's okay. It's watchable. You don't necessarily need it to watch the trilogy, but it's okay. Definitely check out the first 2. All 3 are on Netflix. I can't remember where they left off at as far as, is it going to be a TV show, or they're coming out with a new movie? And they keep kind of going back and forth with that. I really hope Eddie Murphy can return to his younger, I'd say funnier, but let's say hard-edged self, because I think that's when he was good, when he was sort of towing the line between good and bad, and being appropriate and inappropriate. So check it out. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Beverly Hills Cop.